Hey guys, and welcome to another Specky video, and this time we're going to have a look at Star Wars, published by Domark in 1987 and developed by Vector Graphics. And in my last Spectrum video I had a look at 3D Star Strike, which effectively is a rip-off or a clone of the Atari official Star Wars arcade game, and that made me a bit curious about the official Star Wars release on the Spectrum. And I think a couple of you also suggested in the comments section that I should have a look at this one. I never played it back in the day, so don't really know what to expect. I have heard good things of it, I think at least. And yes, this is indeed a conversion of the Atari arcade game Star Wars, released in 1983 and designed by Mike Halley. And of course this game was a huge success when it was released, and I think Atari produced more than 12,000 arcade units of this one. And it had sample sound effects and some pretty cool 3D graphics for the time, and I think most people were completely blown away by this one. Sadly, I never got to play it myself back in the day, but I did get to play the SD conversion later on in 87 and quite enjoy that, or at least I enjoyed the samples. The actual gameplay does get a little bit repetitive even in the arcade, but yeah, let's just have a look at how the Spectrum handles this game. And that's a rather nice looking loading screen with a really neat progress bar at the bottom. Don't think I've seen that before on the Specky. It was usually a countdown. And that was some really awesome music by David Whittaker. I didn't know that he had done music on the Spectrum, but apparently he did. And also really nice X-Wing at the bottom of the menu here. And we are playing on my real Spectrum here with my Wiko wobbly joystick, which I'm not really looking forward to. But hopefully I'm going to get a better joystick soon, because one of my patrons very kindly offered to send over some joysticks. So I'm hoping to get to upgrade this stick soon enough. Star Wars. Oh yeah, that's a little bit slow, that. But yeah, it looks nice. And we don't get that kind of tilted text, that kind of text with a perspective. That's a bit of a bummer, but hey, who cares? The Force will be with me always. That's always very nice to know. Now let's get going. Reverse stick controls, which is fine. Let's just go with wave 1 and get blasting here. And I think actually this game didn't have any sound effects originally. I think so, because I found a secondary release of the game from Domark that I think has added sound effects, because I think the first one doesn't, which is a little bit of a bummer. So you get some bleepy, farty, blasting sound effects there, which is always nice, I suppose, because before it was just completely silent. Ah, damn you, Dot. I think that was Vader's TIE Advance. There it is again. It just, he's so hard to blast. Yeah, the frame rate is pretty slow, pretty low. I would say that 3D Star Strike was a little bit smoother, or I would say even maybe significantly smoother. Because this really grinds to a halt when there's like a fireball in my face here. When they are close to my screen. Ah, there we have Dart again. Come on, Dart. Why won't you die? Do you have plot armor or something? I think you do, you bastard. You useless Imperial waste of a helmet. But let's just go in. Red 5 going in. We didn't get the sample there though, but yeah. And I was going to try and play this on the Spectrum 128K, because I was hoping there would be sampled voices and maybe even some nice music, but no, I don't think there is a 128K version of this. And Jesus Christ, the frame rate, it's really lagging here. It's really rather bad. It's really hard controlling this because it's so jerky. But so far I haven't taken too much damage, so there's that, I suppose. We can kind of dodge these. But yeah, this is very, very sluggish and jerky. But it is playable, but I would say that 3D Star Strike is smoother and more playable. But at least we have sound effects now, and yeah, oh, okay, God. Did I get it? I think I did. Bye-bye, Death Star. Ah, yeah, that's a pretty weak explosion. I like the one in Star Strike much better. But we did destroy the damn thing, and we only lost one shield. I'm not sure how I managed that, but probably more luck than anything else. But let's try and attempt this again and hopefully get some, you know, a surface run as well. I think that should be included in the Star Wars game. I remember that from the SD version anyway. And surprisingly enough, thanks to the very choppy frame rate, it's actually not too bad to control this with my floppy Wiko stick, weirdly enough. And here's Dart again. Lousy. So in a way, the choppy frame rate actually saves me to some extent. And we don't have laser cooldown as we had in 3D Star Strike. We can just keep blasting, which is nice, I suppose. But I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good version of the Atari arcade game, I would have to say. Even though I was kind of expecting a slightly better frame rate, to be honest. I would definitely play 3D Star Strike over this, which kind of surprises me because I think I've heard good things about this game. Ah, damn you, Dart. You just teleport out of existence. Ah, here we are with the surface run, and this is running a lot smoother. But no towers. I don't think they show up until like the third level, right? And again, the frame rate goes bye-bye. Yeah, this is a little bit disappointing, but I mean, it's pretty solid. It's impressive still for a Spectrum, but yeah, I would definitely play 3D Star Strike or indeed Starglider, which I think is a better game. And I think it was the same developers who made Star Strike that made this one on the Specky. Or am I confusing things? I don't know. I haven't got my notes here right now because I'm busy blowing up Death Stars. Definitely taking more damage now. And it feels like each stage is a little bit longer than in the arcade as well. Maybe just by a little, but yeah, definitely noticeable. And now we get a long pause here with nothing happening. Not sure why that is the case. Maybe the game is preparing something. And now we have obstacles in the trench run. So that's nice. Yeah, this would have been damn awesome back in the day, although, again, I had already played Star Strike, and I wouldn't have been as impressed thanks to that. And we don't get any turrets on the sides as we had in Star Strike, or indeed Star Wars on the Atari ST and Amiga. And sound effects are okay, I suppose. Oh, didn't I hit that fireball? Are okay. But not amazing, but I would say they are on par with 3D Star Strike, the sound effects there. Boom goes another Death Star! Yeah, solid. Get another deflector shield and some bonus points. Oh, happy days. Let's see if we can maybe survive for for a little bit longer. It's definitely getting harder. And the frame rate is still, yeah, unsurprisingly not great. Oh, there's Dart again. But I don't have time to blast him. I'm not sure if you can blast him. I think you could shoot him down in the arcade version. But not sure what happened then. If he just blew up or just flew away. I don't know. But he's got good shields. I feel sorry for all the TIE Fighter pilots that apparently have no shields at all. And Dart gets all the fancy shields. Shoot fireballs, yes, I know, you don't have to repeat that ad nauseum. Please die, Dart. Did I get him? I don't think I did. He's hard to kill, this guy. So now I think we should have towers, right? Yes, we do. And the frame rate is getting even worse. Oh my god, yeah, this is a lot worse than Star Strike, I would say. It's even difficult steering out of the way here. Feels like I'm not really moving when I'm turning or banking left and right here. Oh god, I think I hit something and frame rate goes bye-bye. Oh man, this is not good, this is not good. I don't think I'm going to be seeing the trench this time. Oh no. Okay, shield gone, game over. Not a bad version of the Atari arcade game, I have to say, but yeah, a little bit disappointed with the frame rate. I had expected a better performance there, to be honest. But hey, let's have a look at a couple of reviews, shall we? Crash awarded the game an overall of 84%, and Robin wrote, Domark has reproduced the arcade game fairly faithfully for the Spectrum, right down to the character set, but the jerky graphics spoil it and the in-game silence detracts from the atmosphere as well. True, it's very playable, but the cursor isn't self-centering, a major irritation, and there have been many shoot-em-ups with more appeal and better presentation. Sadly, Domark's version of the once great game offers too little, too late. And Bim wrote, so many pseudo-Star Wars games are out now that the market must be close to saturation. Domark's official Star Wars conversion is an excellent copy of the arcade game and makes one or two graphical improvements on Star Strike, but if you got the latter and not much cash, Star Wars may seem too similar to be worth buying. And yes, I completely agree. Sinclair User awarded the game 8 out of 10 and they wrote, superb conversion of the coin-up and an amazing achievement, spoiled somewhat by being completely silent. And they also write, technically the 3D vector graphics are at least as fast and impressive as those on the excellent Starglider. But they don't mention the slowdown, which I find a bit surprising. And I think Starglider should run a bit smoother than this, but yeah, maybe I'm misremembering there. So not a bad attempt by vector graphics, but a little bit disappointing in the frame rate. And again, Star Strike, yeah, is definitely better, looks better and plays a bit smoother, enough to really make a difference, I would say. I don't think I would have been that impressed by this one back in the day. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this quick peek at Star Wars. Thanks for watching, and as always, hope to catch you next time. Cheers!